Hi, Gibaud, Gibaud.com, and guess what I've got in this small case? You will never guess it? Well, there's nothing in there. Why? Because what was in there is now here. This is a flash, Neewer Q6. So I'm going to tell you everything about it, but I actually had the opportunity to test it in real condition. I made a photo shoot with Ruth. You can follow her on Instagram, El Sombrero de Ruth. Here's the name. And also thank you to Martin Esquivel, who was the assistant. There's a lot of wind, so to hold the flash it's better. And also he made some making of, so you can see what I've done and how I did it. So let's start. I've presented already several flashes by Neewer, the Q4, the Z2. I still have to present the Q200, and today this is also this trigger. And today this is the Q6, the latest flash they presented. That's 600 watts second. And this is why I decided to make most of my pictures against light, against the sun, to see if I could outpower the sun. To test it, I had the Sony trigger, so I use my Sony Alpha 7 II, and I use the lens Siri Aurora 85mm 1.4. I used it at f8 because I didn't want for that these pictures to use high sync, and I didn't want to put an ND filter. So this is why you have a bit of depth of field. So maybe you think 1.4, there's a lot of depth of field. Yes, they were made at f8, okay? So first point I feel is negative. The only really that is negative. It comes with this swivel here, so you can connect, you can hold your flash to the stand, okay? So that's great, but there is a problem. Here, I'm going to unscrew it so you see the problem. Here you have 1 point, okay? And here you have a small hole, so there is a small peak in there that will stop from turning easily. And actually, when I used it, there was a bit of wind, and the wind obviously making pressure on the softbox made the flash turn, and it broke this small peak. I think Neewer, they need to change this and have a metal one and not plastic. Does it mean the flash doesn't work anymore? No, no problem. Actually, there is anti-sliding, so that's fine. Okay, you have to turn it stronger. But it's true that if you had the softbox and it was sideways, yes, that could be a problem because the wind will push on it and then it will turn like this. That's a pity because I don't know why they made this small peak. This peak got so small, and also plastic. That's nonsense, okay? So let's look. Here you have all the screen, all this, we'll see that. And here, if we go to the front, it comes with a reflector here. If you don't want to use it, take it out. Here you have bar one mount, and you can put a softbox. This is actually what I did. As you can see, I'm mounting the softbox on there, and you could place it here. Here is the lamp, okay? You can touch that, better not to, but what you must not touch is the flash tube in there, because your finger will leave some grease on it, and then it will overheat and it may explode or burn, okay? So this is a protection dome and also to spread the light better, but in there you should not touch ever, okay? To manage the flash, there are several ways. One is, it's nicer when I'm here, okay? One is you switch it on and you can use a trigger. I have a trigger here, but you can also manage the flash from the app. You connect the app, your smartphone app, to this and can manage power, all this, setting, all this, and use this just for triggering. If we speak about this trigger, it exists in a version for Nikon, Canon, Sony, and now Fujifilm coming out. This one is a Sony, and if you don't have a camera that is any of these four brands, don't worry, don't forget that with the central connection, you can still use another brand than a trigger that is made for another brand than your camera, as long as you don't use TTL or you don't use high sync, you just use manual and it will work. I think like Pentax, for example, you could place a Canon one and have it working, so that's okay. And I've got a great piece of news. This trigger is Neewer, but There's an agreement with Godox, and if you have a Godox X3, it will work with this flash and also with the Q4, okay? So that's great news, because maybe you already have a Godox flash and you have a Godox trigger X3. I don't speak about other triggers, I just speak about the X3, and you could manage this flash and your Godox flashes. So I think this is fantastic. This is a great piece of news, okay? So I'm going to show you how it works, give you my impression, show you a type of picture we made and some making of. So far so good. So now we're going to see all the specs, the switching on and all this. Okay. By the way, if you wanted to help me, I've got affiliated links in the description, please use them. And if you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperty Boys Coilum, don't forget with the code ERIC10 you get a 10% discount on top of any offer they have. You see, great offer, still place my code, it's cheaper for you. I also have the code ERIC20 on K&F website, where you can find a lot of photography accessories, like all the accessories by K&F Concept, and you get a 20% discount. Thank you so much, that really helps me. Let's carry on. So I'm going to tell you the specs, illustrate them, so let's go for it. 600 watt second, this is the most powerful flash they have right now. And you can tune the power from full power down to 1/412, which is great, because sometimes when it's dusk, for example, and the sun is really giving not much light, and you started your photo shoot or you're finishing your photo shoot, and you want to balance both, sometimes it's too much power when you have 600 watt seconds. So being able to drop to 1/412 of power, this is great. You can use it in TTL, manual and multi, which is great. I don't use TTL, I'm not a fan of TTL, I prefer manual mode, but if you use TTL, it's possible. The color temperature for this is 5700 Kelvin plus minus 100 key. But if you need really steady colors, there is a feature that lets you have a guaranteed color with no change, nothing. 100 Kelvin is not much, but sometimes if you do product photography, you need something so perfect, so nothing may change. So you can activate this feature and that will be okay, so that's good. Obviously you can manage all the flash with a menu here. Some things you can also manage with the trigger, but you can also use the Neewer app and actually access the configuration, the setting of the flash from the app. So this is a great feature. On full charge, you will be able to have 400 actuation flash. So this is enough, I think. Normally, people don't use full power all the time, so you will probably be able to make a lot of pictures with that. But 400 lightning, I think this is great. The recycle time is really fast. At maximum power is 0.9 seconds, which is not bad, but at minimum power we speak about 0.01 second, which is nothing. It means if you do action photography, you have like a skater that is jumping with this skateboard and you want to make several pictures, even with a burst of picture, you will be able to do it as long as you're not at maximum power, but it will be possible. So this is great. Flash duration, this is a feature many people ignore, and this is probably the most important when you're going to pick a flash. This is how long your flash will be lighting. The shorter it is, the more you will freeze the action. If it's too long, if the person moves, it will not be frozen. If it's really short, people will be like, that's frozen. So it depends on what you want to do. So at maximum power, it's pretty slow, 1/209th second, which is too slow to freeze the action if person is moving a lot. But when you go to minimum power, is 1/10,989th of a second, which is really good. This is why sometimes you need like 200 watt second to light the scene properly. But with 200 watt at maximum power on a flash that is 200 watt second, you will not freeze action. This is why some people prefer to have 600 watt second, use it with the amount of lights they get out of the 200 watt second, but they've dropped the power. It means the flash duration is a lot shorter and it freezes action. So this is why sometimes, depending on the type of picture you make, you prefer to have a more powerful flash, to use it at less power and freeze the action. So this is important to know that. Connectivity is done via Wi-Fi 2.4 gigahertz. Obviously, you have high sync if you like to use it, up to 1/8,000th of a second, which is the standard. I don't like it, I don't use it. I prefer to have a manual, but this is my business. But if you want to do HSS or high sync, it's possible. You can also decide if you want to synchronize on the front or on the rear curtain of your camera, if your camera lets you do this, but this flash accepts it. So it will make a different aspect of picture when you light, when there is some action. Sometimes we'll see the movement prior to the person and the other time after the person, okay? So it depends what you want to do, okay? But it's possible. Maybe you have a camera that doesn't have any hot shoe, or really older camera, or a camera that is not compatible with any of the trigger, and you cannot manage to work with that. You can still connect a cable, a sync cable. There's a jack there. So if your camera has a sync possibility, a sync cable connector, you can use it. The battery, which is not too small, but that's enough, as I said, is 3000 milliamp, which is really nice for what it gives. Honestly, the way to use it is so easy. The screen is in color, so you will see easily the group color. Some people will say, why we don't need to have a group in color? If you have just one flash unit, well, you don't really need it. But if you have 2, 3, 4 flash units, you can see the group color here and see on the back of your different flashes what group they're in. So when you're going to tune here easily, you see, oh, group A is that one that is red and this one is blue, and it is a lot faster. So I think this is great to have this feature. There are some special features. One is the masking feature. I've never used that. This is not the type of feature I need, but if you want to have someone that is easy to cut after in post-production to separate from the background, there's a system. It makes like you make 2 pictures, it makes different lighting, and this way you can actually easily cut out the background. Okay, I don't use it, but there is this feature. Great thing about this type of flashes is you also have, I've got the beep on, that's a bit annoying. Okay, you will hear. Okay, as you can see, well, it stopped now, but yeah, you hear that? It says it's ready. Okay, there is a modeling light, which is great. There are 2 types. You can have the power that is according to the power of the flash, or all the time the same power, okay? And you can also decide on the color. It's 30 watts, this lighting, this modeling light. You can decide on the color temperature from 2700 Kelvin up to 6500 Kelvin. What is that for? It's not for video, although maybe you could use it, but most people use that, which is logical, for modeling. It means when you're going to orientate your flash, decide on the orientation, the height, everything, you see where light is going. So it's better, easier to place the flash in the right place. And also to see the model, what she's doing, and she can see what she's doing. And also, because this way, the iris will not be open for a lack of light. It will be a bit more close, and that may be interesting. I also said special function feature like the constant color, you can check. With this, you will get this box, okay, this small case that is really nice. The flash units, obviously a reflector, a battery, a charger, here the swivel that is here that I complained about. And that's it. I think this is really complete. So now I'm going to show you some pictures and making of the photo shoot I made with Ruth, and I come back for the conclusions. So my conclusion. Honestly, I used the flash in the worst situation you can imagine. Against the light, yeah, the sun was just in front of me and it really worked fantastic. No problem at all. Recycle time, power was enough. It was really fine. So for me, honestly, this is a flash I can only recommend. I'm so happy that there are more options, that Neewer has brought up a nice line of flash units for people who cannot spend too much money and the price is really affordable. And the fact that it's compatible with, they have other flash like the QO4, all these are presented, and the compatibility with Godoc's trigger helps you, yeah, maybe put more flashes, compatible flashes with what you already have. So something that is really important, I think. So for me, yeah, I tested it in real life situation, real photo shoot, and it worked perfect. So it's only recommendable. So in case you would be interested, I'll leave you a link in the description where you can buy it. So thank you so much to Ruth for posing. Her Instagram, El Sombrero de Ruth. Thank you so much to Martin Esquivel, who is a professional fashion photographer, who helped me holding the flash with the wind and also recording some making of. So thank you to him and thank you to both of them, and obviously thank you to you for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There is a small button just below and also a bell. If you click on the bell, you will get notified when I upload a new video. I also leave you my website, erigibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. And don't forget, I've got affiliated links in the description. Please use them, that really helps me. If you wanted to buy Luminar Neo or Aperty by Skylum with the code ERIC10, get a 10% discount on top of any offer they have. It's a great offer, still place the code, it's even cheaper for you. And if you use ERIC20 on Ken Faith website, where you will find many accessories like all the K&F Concept accessories, you will get 20% discount. So use it and save some money, and that helps me. So thank you so much. I'll also leave you my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.